So like we went from 0 to 724K per month in 4 months.
So what was the secret to that?
I've got private chefs doing courses. I've got bakers doing courses. I've got lawyers doing courses.
Humans will always buy from humans. Humans will also buy through agents, but this is kind of a future-proof strategy.
The only difference between someone not buying and buying is trust.
And they just assume that like something magical will happen here where the ad and the message and the audience will just buy my product, right? But they don't treat people as like a human, that they need to go on a nurturing journey to like learn their way through the why.
The thing I want to get across to people is like, I want you to understand not the tactics, but the big picture stuff of marketing economics, like those things that just like that have a massive impact. Not doing what everyone's doing.
All right, did you guys get all that? Hope you wrote that down.
Marketing podcast.
You still got the agency?
No, it's not. We do service based on the back end as I think it's not really an agency, so it's more. We do digital product front end, and then we have like a back end high tickets done for you. So I think it's taking an agency service, but it's not like we never really position it as an agency. But I did have it. We had over 3,000 Shopify sites built, 42 team members. So I built it out of my bedroom.
That's a lot of Shopify stores.
Operationally, it was we used Monday.com as the project management board, and it was our most websites delivered in a single day was 26.
Wow.
So we kind of started off like, it started by complete accident. So building Shopify websites out of my bedroom, I was like 13, 14. My mum thought I was sleeping and then revising for exams. I was never doing any of that. Just building on
we won't tell her. We won't tell her.
And then had a few e-com brands for 5-6 years. Sold a few, failed drastically on a few as well, to be transparent. And then built a site for a friend who was doing it. And then she was like, "Oh, you're good at this." I was like, "Oh, am I? Thanks." So I did it for another friend, and we actually then put it on Fiverr before Fiverr was big. I mean, we're the first account on Fiverr to hit $1 million in revenue.
Wow.
And doing
what was your handle on Fiverr?
It was called Asset E-commerce. So doing Fiverr delivery is brutal because you've got to time. It doesn't matter if they order on a Sunday night. You have to deliver by 8 p.m. And I was only young at the time. I was like, right. So yeah, we scaled on there massively, and then we took it off there and started to do more like bigger projects, like charging like 20, 25K per site rather than 997. I had that for 4 years, and I'd like to say I sold it because it was in a great position to sell, but I'd be a lie. People talk about burnout. But I was in hospital with wires attached to my heart, burnt out.
How long ago was that?
This was what's 2025 now. This was about 2019, 2020ish, and my wife, who I've been with her since 15 years old, looks at me as like, I remember being in the accident in the hospital at midnight on a Saturday night, all these drunk people around me, I didn't even drink, and with these wires attached to my heart, she was like, "I don't even recognise you anymore," and I realised I was doing 16-hour days continuously, the team, the stress, all of it. And so yeah, we sold off, and 10 days later was at the finish line of an ultra marathon. That was my way to shock myself to, and ever since then I've kind of prioritised health quite a lot, and my business has done better because of it. So yeah, that was the agency story.
How was the exit? How'd you do?
7 figures, but it was nowhere near, low 7 is like at 1.1-ish, but it was nowhere near what we should have done it for. I just wanted out. We had such a massive client base and a lot of recurring with that. So we did like monthly support for like $97 a month, but they actually didn't really need that much support. A lot of time it's more just having someone there to ask questions to. But yeah, it was a big learning lesson, and also in financial management, which I think founders, I don't know, like I've never taught how to manage money. And then suddenly you go from a job to
you're liquid.
And it's like, even during the business, like I would spend money on things like, and now I look back and I was like, oh, why spend money? I spent on like, and I think like something that.
And now you bought a Yachtmaster, 2 Porsches.
Yeah, but it's a very different. It's a very, very different scenario. I'm like 6 years on now, whatever. But yeah, I messed up completely during the agency days. But didn't mess up, but it went well. But I kind of just had it as a learning ground. It's the foundation. That's why I love agencies. I think it's everyone wants the easy path now, but actually like picking up the phone, cold calling, sending that email, doing the outreach, like it builds character and it builds and then delivering at scale builds operational. That then when you go and do other projects and you make success a lot faster. So like we were from 0 to 724K per month in 4 months. Launched in November the 18th, and by February we basically hit that. That's all overnight.
8 million ARR. So what was the secret to that?
Well, all the years before, the 10 years before that, building that skill set, building that, and it all just came to fruition. So we did that with no content, did that with no face. I didn't even show my face, and that was just through purely low ticket digital product on Meta ads.
You didn't show your face?
Nope.
They had no idea who they were buying from?
Nope.
So what did you do?
So the ads would basically, I've got my talk tomorrow. I'm actually going to show the ads. Yeah. Canva static ads and my iPhone on a laptop pointing to things. So the ads, we were doing like maybe 20, 25 creators a day on Meta, scaled from 0 to 15K a day spend in 6.5 weeks, 0 targeting, 0, maybe half an hour in the ad account per month. In fact, now I don't even go in the ad account, my VA just uploads the ads. Let Meta do absolutely everything and don't touch a thing. And that was kind of not a secret, but it's kind of the tactics. But the offer was very good, but there's also some back end metrics on that. Like, to run low ticket at scale, you've got to have at least 160 plus AOV on the front end, and then we had a high ticket on the back end, which liquidated a lot of the spend. But now what I do now is basically teach companies how to use digital products as a front end acquisition machine. So we've got 25,000 paying clients since November, but we've spent 0. Because if you come and you see the ads, you pay on average ours is 182, and I can then spend 182 a day to acquire a customer, which on Meta, if you can't do that on the front end, on the front end, okay. And then what they do is they go through the course, which means that course like cringe coaching, whatever. But no, it's like I've got private chefs doing courses, I've got bakers doing courses, I've got lawyers doing courses, and the whole point of that is give them everything to do it themselves. And then through that build so much trust that we then close 10K deals in the back end with no sales calls. Because you build all the trust on the front end, but it also costs us 0.
Yeah, self-liquidating. You get your marketing budget back, you keep recycling that.
I don't believe in their marketing budgets. We had a CFO not long ago, and it's another story, but like it was a really interesting conversation. It was like, well, what's our marketing budget? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, how much is my marketing? It's like, well, if I keep acquiring a customer for below 182, I'm gonna keep spending as hard as I fucking can.
Yeah.
And
probably you could even spend more because you got the back end as well.
Yeah. So like so a lot of e-com companies scale at like 0 ROAS, 0.6% minus 0.6% ROAS, because they know the subscription base on the back end will cover it, and then obviously a lot of them are looking for exits and that sort of stuff. So it's
so you're helping them find a way to build their own course.
It doesn't have to be course, could be templates, custom GPTs, courses, PDFs, anything that is a digital product that I don't care what it is. All I care about is the person buying it. Does it get them a result on their own? That's the most key question, is how can I get this person an ROI? And an ROI it could save them $1,000 from hiring someone that they were going to hire. It could be, make money. It could be it saves them 4 hours. In fact, I just had a lady come up to me while I was doing some work. Didn't know who she was. She was like, Greg. I was like, hi. I was like, do we know? I was like, no. And she's like, oh, I bought your product back in January. Look, I haven't made any money with it, but it saved me so much time. I'm doing this thing now, and it got me out my 9 to 5 with kind of like, I've given confidence to this. Like, so now she's going to come on as a high ticket. My sales guy just closed there at the desk. Nice. But like she hasn't made any money with it, but it saved her a load of time, and just the value was so great. She's like, I've paid 15, 20,000 to agencies just like that, and I paid you $27 and I got more out of that than ever. And it's trust. The only difference between someone not buying and buying is trust. They can say, oh, need to speak to my business partner, my dog ate the laptop, whatever, but it's trust.
Yeah.
And how do you build that trust at scale? And that's kind of my methodology as such.
I love that. It's also kind of AI proof because humans will always buy from humans. Humans will also buy through agents, but this is kind of a future-proof strategy because ultimately, one, it's so self-liquidating that even if the economics move slightly out of your favor, there's still a lot of wiggle room in there to play. And almost every other, when you talk conventional marketing, right, on Meta or on Google Ads, everyone says, okay, so what's your CAC, right? What's your OAS? And we're used to saying like, if you get your CAC within the first 90 days, you're doing all right. This type of model turns all that on its head because we're not talking 90 days out. We're talking if you can self-liquidating day one or within a few days.
And also, if you can't self-liquidate at day one, well, then you need to go back to the drawing board and improve your offer because they don't want it. And there are obviously some metrics within that which are like, we found some very key things that on the front end on the digital products, we found $27 works best, 2 order bumps, 27. With Go High Level, we couldn't use any other platform because they're the only platform which allows you to auto-select order bumps. Turn that off, your AOV dips. 197 upsell, 97 downsell, 297 upsell, and then $97 a month recurring subscription upsell, third one. And that's
all right, did you guys get all that? Hope you wrote that down. Rewind the video if you need to rewind the video.
That is literally, we played around with it so much and we didn't touch the ads. We didn't change the ads. We didn't change the landing page.
It's an evergreen. It's an evergreen fun.
I haven't touched the landing page since November. And it's like, and I know it's like, people are like, oh, if you tweak this, you could get, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sure, right? But like, it was just those things that worked. And then what happened 6 months later, we've got a massive $86,000 a month recurring subscription base that I send one email a week to, giving them a few bits, and like, they found it really, really useful. And now we can scale harder because we've got a recurring subscription base underneath you. So that's basically the whole philosophy of it.
Sounds like what's your monthly Meta ad spend that you're running on?
So we've at height about 15k a day. It's not all perfect. Don't get me wrong. So we've reduced it a little bit because we're tweaking the offers and tweaking the back end. Not really because of the business model, more because what I want to. Money's money. Like, I think you'll be honest. Like, when you make so much revenue and net profit, I was just like, for the founder, like, I can't spend that. And I've just got a little boy, so he's 4 months old. I think that changed my. Thank you. It's completely changed my. My perception of how I want to work and what I want him to see his dad do. And for now, I think for me, it's more. I know my model works, and I'm on a mission to install it into as many companies as possible. I don't care if they're lawyers, bakers, agencies, SEO, whatever it is. I truly believe this model allows anyone, if they have the right offer and create an amazing product, to be able to scale really, really, really fast. So for me, I'm more moving now into events like, speaking, sharing that, and we've still got a very decent sized business there, but it's kind of running a lot more without me. So we kind of stabilized it a lot, because spending a lot of that on ads a day can make it a bit more choppy. I'm not, it's not perfect by any means, but it works. So I think for me, it's me more of a personal decision to like, I've got fire in my belly. I just wish people understood this thing, that you don't need a big marketing budget. You don't need to necessarily publish your face off. Like, that does help, and it all feeds in. You spoke about ROAS. I look at blended ROAS. I never look at single channel ROAS, because what we found, our Google ROAS is about 6.2 per month. So 6.2 return on ROAS on Google Ads. But they all come from Meta because they go to Google search.
Right.
So if we then put more money into Google, it makes no sense, because then you're losing the thing that's causing the search traffic for Google. Same with like content. It's like
they first found you on Meta,
and then they go to Google search.
To Google. They click on your ad because they're looking at your brand. You're running the ad.
The other thing, I'm just going down a rabbit hole here. So about 60% of our ads never go direct to the landing page. They go to an advertorial. So, and people use this a lot in e-commerce. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be used as much in service-based or digital products or agencies.
For sure.
So what we did is our best performing advertorial was what we call the top 5. So in fact, let me use, are you cool if I use Search Atlas as an example? So every month people are going to Google or ChatGPT search, all that sort of stuff, and they're searching best AI SEO tools. I don't know the volume. You will probably know that more than me, obviously.
We have it, yeah.
But or even best SEO tools. And if you go on Google Ads, all the Google Ads typically will say, #1 rated, 25,000 users, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. But what happens if you have an advertorial site as an intermediate that says the top 5 AI SEO tools of 2025, and they go to that site, which is maybe like SEOworld.com or something like that. Yeah. If that's a real site, apologies, that's made up. And they go to an article which looks like a blog post and breaks down in depth and then goes through the top 5. And obviously search atlas are going to be #1 because you own the, and there's an advertising disclosure at the top that no one ever clicks, by the way, but it is there for legal reasons. And now as a user, I open up 4 tabs. 3 of them are direct to the landing page. And it's like, you know, I don't know your biggest competitors, but let's say it's like SEMrush or that sort of stuff, like direct to there. And then you have this article educating and speaking about the best SEO tools. And then it has the top 5. And most people always click on #1. So now when they click on #1 and they go through the search atlas, they've now arrived at your site as almost a referral from an intermediate site, because people hate being sold to, right? As we say. So they haven't been sold to, they've gone from an intermediate site to that. And we run that on meta ads as well as Google.
Love it. Yeah, love it.
And that is like one of the 60% of our ad spend. And it allows you to target broader, much broader, because you can play around. We've got loads of sorts of advertorials.
Yeah.
But
You're not sending them right to the squeeze page to convert them. You're sending them to an informational page, leading them on a journey.
On that page, which then retargets them everywhere they go. And then, yeah, that's literally, and if you want to be really cheeky, #2, 3, 4, and 5, you put an affiliate link to all your competitors and then they pay you as well. That is literally like, I think if people in the service-based industry and maybe even SaaS, and I'm not.
Yeah, for sure. SaaS doesn't do this.
Looked at e-com.
Yeah.
And how so I'm part of a community, shout out to Sean Eng, who's one of the best media buyers in the world, and he's purely e-com. And he always laughs at me. He's like, you're the only guy here and who's like not e-com based, but I'm taking all the e-com strategies that are so direct response, and then implementing them in an industry where they're not really, people say it's saturated, nothing. I don't believe that for a second. Just implementing a way of doing advertising that people aren't used to seeing. And
it's smart, yeah. I have not seen people do that outside of e-com. I see it all the time. E-com for a product, explaining the benefits of it, the health benefits, the why the founder built it. There's a video, there's a VSL. We see that format. You keep scrolling, get to the bottom, the buy box, where they now hit the product to buy it, or maybe not. And that format kills, right? It works so well for e-com stores.
I mean, most e-com brands are running the big ones are running most of their spend for advertorials.
Yeah.
We found the same. I only did that because not saturated, sorry, I've said that word again, but we basically blasted the market, the internet marketing market, where we were having a bit of issue on the ad account. It was like our frequency was like 4.2. And then the returns were going down a little bit because we were just being seen so much. It doesn't matter how many times we say the same message, a Canva static, AI UGC, whatever it was it's the same message from the same company. It was like, how do we get around this? There must be a way. And it was advertorials.
And what was the delta on the ROAS? What was the difference between what you did before and then using that format?
So it was more allowed us to scale, to spend more. So the ROAS actually wasn't that much different, but it allowed us to spend more because we were able to target a broader range of people.
Audience. Okay.
And it wasn't being sold to.
Right.
And so the ROAS wasn't actually that much different. I was surprised about that. I thought it'd be way lower. And sometimes it was higher, sometimes whatever. And it depends, like sometimes we'd have a really broad advertorial and then we'd retarget them with a top 5. And then if they still didn't buy, retarget them with like a listicle of like 10 reasons why you should get search atlas. You know, similar like there's a company called Blissy. Once you've seen it in the Yukon space in the silk pillowcases, their listicles are amazing. So I've literally got a folder of like 80 advertorials and listicles. I take them from ecom, I give them to Shahir, my Go High Level developer. We use Webflow as well. And
we'll edit that part out.
We basically, he's amazing. It's like $100 a page. So we'll just go and recreate it inside Go High Level. And then we just run them from there.
Brilliant.
The ads are the easiest as well because they're typically static ads. So we do some video, but we found the canvas static ads.
We found the same.
Just perform much better for advertorials because So what you do is you go to the biggest news sites in the world, CBS, Fox News, BBC News, Sky News, all the biggest news sites. Go to their LinkedIn, go to their company page, and look how they present news articles on LinkedIn. Instagram as well, but LinkedIn I found was the best. And then what happens is people get used to seeing, you can go on the TV and their websites as well. People get used to seeing, most people watch the news, so then it looks like a news article in the same format. So just copy my favorite one is Sky News' one. Copy the background image, the breaking news, the headline, just so it looks like a news article on Canva ads.
Yeah.
And then just change the copy to do different angles and hooks. And that's our best performing ads.
Because it doesn't look like an ad. It looks like a news.
Look like an ad. And one little thing we added on Canva, which I'm going to show you in my talk tomorrow, was a blurred out image with a red circle on the image ad on the right hand side. And that increased I don't know off my head, but I know when we look at the numbers, like, whoa. And that increased, it's these little things that increase it massively.
Very cheeky. So
curiosity, like, what's that? I can't see it. And actually, what is there? On all the ads, the blurred out image was one of my old school reports that I had. One day I was creating the ads on Canva. I was like, I just need a document. Like 4 years ago, I uploaded this document of my school report to Canva, and I made it smaller, blurred it out on Canva. So like 26 million people have seen my school report but it's not actually my school report, but it doesn't matter what it is. It's just like, what's that?
Right. Just to get them, they think it's something wrong with their phone or something up, and then they tap and they click, and then they stay.
Humans have a loop in our brain, don't we? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not even that intelligent, really, to be honest. But it's we have a loop in our brain. That's why social media is so addictive. Without meaning to close, it's why the hook. Because once you hook them in, my wife is awful for watching fridge restock videos on TikTok. I was like, what are you watching? And this girl is typically, it's like putting stuff in the fridge and like just edited out. It's like the time in the music. I'm like, what are you watching? It's like, I just want to see what the fridge looks like at the end. I'm like, and then I watch them like, wow, that's cool. I'm like, oh no.
Does it suck you in?
Yeah, it sucks me because you want to close the loop. So when you see the ads,
you want to know how it ends.
It's a news article, so you're used to seeing it. It's familiar. And it's got this little thing. It's like, what's that? And then you click it, and it's not even a sales page. It's a log page, a news page. Another tip: go to BBC News, copy their layout of their blog. If you want to be really, really, really smart, create an intermediate site, let's say for SEO world, make it look similar to the BBC website. So when they go on it, it looks like, so you're not copying any branding or anything like that. You're just literally color and layout. Yeah. And then it's familiar, and it's like, and I call it like a referrals at scale. Like lawyers, let's say, like run Google ads, so top 5 advertorial. I guarantee you will outspend and outdo everyone in your market. No one else
for sure. It's perceived as an impartial third-party source that has done the homework,
100%,
and it doesn't feel like an ad. It's
and it looks like SEO on. I know, like we'll know when there always ads, but like an SEO article would typically. Might be wrong, but when on Google, it would typically have like the meta headline doesn't look like an ad. It's like, it's like the title of the article, or, so if you go to Google and you type in best lawyers in Texas, and you look at the SEO bit, I'm sure there's like, they kind of mention like, here's the best lawyers in Texas, or like, so they'll be doing articles around that anyway. So you can also double up and use it as an SEO tactic. Obviously, I haven't done that personally, but I'm sure there's ways you can do that. But yeah, that's like.
What's interesting is one of the things that I see almost all brands do when the first thing they do when they're like, all right, I want to start running ads on Meta. They get an agency or they do it themselves. They make the creative, and then where do they send the traffic?
To the landing page.
To their homepage, right?
Oh yeah.
Always, or like maybe the product page, and they just assume that like something magical will happen here where the ad and the message and the audience will just buy my product, right? But they don't treat people as like a human, that they need to go on a nurturing journey to like learn their way through the why. Like who woke up today and said, I want to buy SEO software today? No one. Literally no one woke up to think that. Maybe one guy.
It's a journey.
This is a journey.
And I think also people in today's age are very impatient, and it's because of social media. Like quick wins, and I'm an absolute hypocrite because I play into that and I market to that. But it's like an instant society. Whereas like, if you just understood the customer journey, that like they might click today, just so they don't buy today, it doesn't mean they're not interested, but they will come back in 94 days time or 120 days time or whenever it is. Like, that's okay. Build that into your marketing picture, build that into your pipeline, build that into your economics to make it work. And like, there's so many things I wish people beyond like, you know, on my talk tomorrow and doing this, I am going through some more tactical stuff on the meta side. But the thing I want to get across to people is like, I want you to understand not the tactics, but the big picture stuff of marketing economics, like those things that just like that have a massive impact. Not doing what everyone's doing like, with their advertorial stuff. Like, just take a step back and think, or just copy and like think, like, what is the best source of traffic? Is typically the highest converting is typically referrals, right? So how do you get referrals at scale? And that's the only way I could kind of come up with. So I could probably give it a really fancy name like referrals at scale or something, I don't know. But I think if people understood that.
Awesome. It's going to be a good talk. So as you like look ahead 2026, right, we've seen a lot of changes this year. Shopify, agentic commerce protocol, it's paving the way for more agents buying our products instead of humans buying our products. Big shift in search as well, more toward AI mode and shifting away from conventional traditional search engines like Google to ChatGPT, and also needing to buy our traffic from Google through ads. Like, what are you thinking as you look into next year? Like, and where do you think marketers should also be like making some bets and moving budget?
So again, I'm kind of two. One, I'm quite big picture in terms of the way I think AI is amazing. I love AI, I use it every single day, but I don't think the fundamentals of why humans buy has changed that drastically. Humans still crave community. You know, if you look, I love looking like newspapers from the 1920s and they're big like headlines, and they're not meta ads, they're newspaper ads from the 1920s. But if you look at the headlines of them, it's actually quite similar to what we're trying to do with advertising or content. It's a hook. So I think my one opinion on that is like, focus still on the fundamentals. It doesn't matter what AI tool. Everyone's talking about AI tools, but most people aren't actually using them or using them properly. So I think focusing on your fundamentals first, and then adding the AI tools and where you focus your budget, see if that's ChatGPT or that sort of stuff. But I think most people first need to figure out, as I said about the marketing economics, like what is making people buy, and the really basic fundamentals. I think that's what I'm doubling down on. And I push not the answer maybe you want or expecting, but that's what I'm doubling down on, because I don't care if it's ChatGPT or whatever. I will go wherever the platforms will go. But the fundamental reason why humans will buy and the offer that I'm doing for our business, as long as I can communicate that to a group of human beings, it doesn't really matter to me if they're on a ChatGPT or an Instagram or Tesla on a moon.
Channel agnostic.
I'm very much, and I think I used to chase, but now I'm very much like, like 90% of my focus is on that. And then yes, of course, we do need to pivot where possible. So like one thing we are actually doing this year, hence why I signed up for the software a few weeks ago, is I really want to, we've got an intermediary site we run the advertorials from, that I was actually like to do AI SEO and actually make that a thing rather than just, we run ads to it.
Right.
But again, like if that's mainly for Google, ChatGPT search, Gemini, wherever it is, it's using the right tools like Search Atlas, like GHL, that people far, far cleverer than me, like you, will know how to do that. And leveraging tools like that rather than building from scratch. I know people love an NNA automation and make.com automation. One thing I question is, you see all these Instagram, LinkedIn posts where they comment down below and they give it away. How many people are actually using the automation that they're giving away? From what I've seen, very, very, very few. The people I've networked at this event who are, I was in a group there for 4 people all doing over $250,000 a month as well. And like, we're all speaking about the offer, the buying process, and like that's what we're focused on. I haven't mentioned, one of them mentioned an NNA crazy automation. We mentioned a few tools like Search Atlas, like GHL, that sort of stuff, like a WhatsApp one as well. But it's
not about tools, it's about the psychology.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I focus on, because otherwise I think you can drive yourself a bit mad. Mm-hmm. Like tool.
Yeah.
I get my core. So for me, it's GHL now for SEO, it's search, Atlas. To be honest, I don't even use, people are like, how do you create your meta ads? Like using AI? It's like, and I'm sure I could. I've tried, we've dabbled with a bit of ARC ads for UGC. Some really, really cool results with that. But if I look at the data, most are my best performer. Things that made me the most money is me with an iPhone, screen recording, pointing things on my laptop with a social proof hook, 3 steps, and a CTA. Sure. So like, I think I'm focusing on the simplicity.
Let's see AI generate that ad. Once I could get the text right on the screen.
100%, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. I don't know. I'm so open to it.
And you must have nice hands, like pointing at the screen and be like, over here, over there.
I don't know. Maybe it's the watch. No, I don't.
So that's also proofing.
I don't even show that. I just have my Garmin on or something. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm doubling down on. Like, I'm not an AI tool expert by any means. I let people like you build the tools which are amazing and use them to like go a level and just make my life easier, make our margins higher. I think that's a lot of time where the gain is for marketing is making your margins higher, making the process faster. Not necessarily, going, oh, I'm only doing this or I'm only doing that. I think it's more a holistic approach, and they help the process. They don't make the process.
I love that. First principles based thinking, going back to basics, going back to the psychology of it, and really not just replicating what you see your competitors do, because a lot of them aren't doing this, right? Here you're really starting from scratch and saying like, how should I imagine this process in a way more organic way and do something different?
I mean, just one last thing. People always ask me, hey, what ad spy tools are you using? 0.
Because you don't care.
Most of my best ads have came from a blank canvas, and I just know the fundamentals of a headline, the colors, and I just stick it together. I'll show my best performing ad tomorrow. It was had a baby ad, and it was so stupid. It took me like 5 minutes, and it's our top performing ad. It's been ripped off everywhere now, of course. But,
yeah.
And I'll break through the why that worked. And my best ad's still first 2 hours of the morning, clear-headed, no tech whatsoever. Open up a Canva blank screen, and just have some fun. Paint, almost like an artist, I guess. And that's still my best one.
It's so amazing when I look at my friends and their e-com ad accounts, and I look at the best performing creatives. It's not the most beautiful. It's not the most complex video. It's not that. It's actually usually something subtle, simple, usually not very even beautiful, kind of like ugly.
100%.
And it just feels more organic, feels more real.
I think like humans are craving real. We live in a world where, I mean, I lived in Dubai for 3 years, which was amazing, but like it's very like, you can tap into the superficial world, but social media, like it's no one know, and AI is only, in my opinion, AI it's only made that even like harder in terms of like, it's only made things like, people are questioning everything.
Yeah.
Like, is this influencer even real? Is this person speaking on the screen?
Right.
Is that even a human? And I think it's made people crave human connection real even more. I think it's why you're seeing a lot of YouTube channels blow up where there's no editing. It's just someone who knows their shit.
It's more imperfect.
Someone who just knows their craft,
Yeah.
just speaking about it, rather than fancy stuff coming in and out. And I'm not saying that obviously that's just the work, but I think we are, in my opinion, what goes up comes down. And AI is going to be part of the future, and I love it. It makes my life easier. It makes me more money. But I'm betting on human connection and simplicity. But yeah.
Power of community, power of authentic, real conversation and connection. Brilliant. Greg, awesome stuff today.
Good to
where can people find you online?
So I am doing more content now. I haven't really done that many. Probably most businesses, all my B2B stuff is LinkedIn. So just go to Gregory Cooke. I've got a bright green lime background. You can't miss me. So yeah, if you're a business, go.
Are you showing your face now?
I am on that.
Okay.
And I've got complete. I'm giving it away tomorrow. But everything I've just said in this podcast, I'm giving the templates, 1,000 ads, everything I've done completely 100% for free. I'm on a mission for as many businesses as possible in the world to install my model. So you can go and get everything 100% for free.
Amazing.
So if you go to www.gregorycooke.io/Skyrock's course, you can get it for free.
Cool.
And that's on LinkedIn as well.
We'll pop that link in the show notes as well.
Cool, yeah. Again, there's literally nothing to say. It's completely free. There's no like hidden upsells. It's just a
Good man.
So,
Greg, thank you so much, man.
appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Super cool.
Cheers.